Today is when the adventure really started. Not only did I have some really good thoughts, but it also sets up for what happened tomorrow. And tomorrow is the most important day of the trip because of things that happened and how it triggered some really, really good understanding of life and myself and the world. But enjoy today first. Good morning. I'm going back to sleep. 6 hours. I think I got to sleep. That'll have to do. Oh my gosh, I'm so dirty. Alright. Let's go pee. I'm an idiot. It only took me 3 days to learn this lesson. That should have been obvious. But today when we repack our bag, fucking again, we're not putting anything that we've been using every single day in the middle of the bag or at the bottom of the bag. Okay, great. Medicine goes on top. It doesn't have to be in the toiletry bag. Why did you think it had to be in the toiletry bag? That's the only thing that you use out of the toiletry bag, and the toiletry bag is like big. No need to have the medicine in the toiletry bag. Okay. Second reason that I'm stupid is because if you know your why, you can bear almost any how. So if I'm just clear about why I'm doing this, well, I need to learn meditation. I need to get to a meditation center. And why am I not just taking a train or something? Well, one, because we can't reasonably afford it. And two, because I need to practice perseverance and not giving up, which is the same thing. Good morning and welcome to day 4. I think it might be that time to do it for the first time I've had to do it this trip. I did not train for this, but I think I need to do it. Are you excited? All right, let's go. We're not gonna do it here. Actually, no, we're not gonna do it here. Wait. Let's turn around. Because we were following the signs for A6, but that was for the cars. That's a whiles away. In fact, it's the same place that we tried the other day. So what we're gonna do is go back into town, fill up on our water, and then post up somewhere a little bit farther south. Alright, first number 2 of the trip. And it's not coming out easily. The belt of the backpack, it keeps anything from developing. Oh shit. Literally, as Zoe would say. Shit, it's not coming out. What am I to do? Oh wait. Have patience. That's what I'm to do. Anyway, that's not all I want to talk to you about. But I can't remember what the other thing was. So let me focus. So I've gone to the toilet. And also, whatever, it's on my sign. What the hell is it? I can feel it. Why can't I see it? Can you see it? Am I tripping? Ah, here it is. So now let's just get to a highway. I'm feeling good about today. Are you? I'm feeling good. We're gonna get there, no problem. Well, and it's okay if there are problems. Merci, madame. Breakfast for champs. And oh yeah, that is her. Yeah, and we asked in French, and because that's just what came naturally, and so I guess the English maybe hadn't been coming naturally, or maybe I talked my unconscious out of doing that again. Great, good job. I don't really have anything to say right now. I just wanted to show you this town landscape and stuff. Anyway, yeah, but if I'm fighting for my survival, how am I going to come up with my great ideas? Could explain why there might be a discrepancy between the intellectual output of wealthy communities and poorer communities, not just because the intellectual difference caused that difference, but in times where it's actually like been a historical difference or whatever, for whatever reason, they ended up this way. Well, now there's definitely going to be an intellectual output difference because the poor just don't have that luxury, right? Maybe. And I wonder whether that you could say that's changed actually ever since phones and all this stuff, because now the rich can so easily, not just the rich, but I mean even, moderate standing, can so easily distract themselves. Now, yes, the poor also have iPhones, but but do they have the whole setup, the whole, the iPad, the iPhone, the external battery so it lasts all day, the data, the Xbox and everything? Okay, yeah, maybe. But anyway, just an interesting thought. So I'm with Luis now. Here he is. Yeah! I walked up to this roundabout, and before I even crossed over, Luis, he stopped, said that he would take me to a rest stop for the expressway where hitchhikers go. Now that he knows I have some time, we're gonna have a beer at his place.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm a brewery worker.
Oh yeah, he works in a brewery
from close to Namur, and
Namur. That's where we're at now,
yeah.
Or that's near here. Yeah.
The name of the brewery is Crazy Hops.
Okay, Crazy Hops.
Crazy Hops.
Harps. No, hops.
Hops like hop.
Okay, yeah. Crazy Hops. All right. So there you go, guys. Anytime you're in Namur. I'm watching the video that Luis. One second. I forgot what I was gonna say, but right now, take a look. So right now, what he's showing is the. Do you want to explain?
Huh?
Do you want to explain?
That's my travel in New Zealand.
And when you had done some hitchhiking, somebody who had picked you up offered to let you stay in this apartment, right?
Yeah.
Un endroit merveilleux. He was with two friends, and the three of them were getting picked up. Okay, I had to wait about an hour. All right, so yeah, so he was saying that even here, you still can be too close to Paris, and you. En fait, tu peux aller en arrière. T'as une souris, comme ça je peux contrôler. So anyway, now I don't know, of course, how race might play a factor. Wow. I gotta do more videos like that. Just set up my phone. So there was one with his girlfriend like rolling down a hill. Can you hear me? Anyway, and just like set up the camera and just do stuff rather than all this selfie mode stuff. Alright, I know how to entertain you now. Luis is saying that this we're still too close to Paris for good hitchhiking action, which is why the rest stop's gonna be best. Also, Luis has suggested, I can't think of the English word, but in French you would say proposed. There's a big party called
Feria de Bayonne.
Feria de Bayonne. So it's in 9 days. Oh, that's so tempting. That's so tempting. I thought I was recording. So anyway, what I was saying is, oh yeah, I should have slept somewhere here. You know, a little bit of shade there, or maybe over there. Anyway, this is the sea of sand that Luis is showing me. Wow, isn't this incredible?
On l'appelle la mer de sable ici.
Yeah, the sea of sand.
The wave.
Non, la mer, c'est sea.
Ouais, mais en fait, ici, là, ça fait comme
Comme une vague.
une vague, ouais. fait comme les...
Oh.
Voilà, ça c'est notre forêt. Ça déchire.
Ouais, ça déchire. I think Luis is going to be our friend for a longer term because we absolutely have to go to Fontainebleau to do some hiking and stuff, and then we have to come back here. This place is great. I can just do some camping here. I'm not actually sure why I said no to that truck driver just now. Well, I don't know what town he was talking about. Beaune, where's that? I don't know. So Lyon. Well, maybe just because I think that I can get a ride to Lyon. I have no reason to think that. But I believe that's it. Sometimes faith is useful. All right, so we're gonna set up at this rock here that Luis mentioned. And yeah, it's gonna be great. So we're just gonna set up here on this rock over here. It'll be great. Told you I had a good feeling about today, by the way. Little dried up snail things. All right, so here we go. Lyon, Chenève. Can you see me? How about if I stand here? Can you see that all right? So right now we're waiting at here, well, here, obviously, at the entrance ramp to rejoin the highway. That's the highway, as you can see. I just want to use my stick. Oh, can you hear me? Fuck you. Anyway, and then if this doesn't work, then maybe we'll go over there and greet people as the other idea that Luis had. Oh, fuck. Are you okay? Are you not Okay, no, you're not, obviously. Oh, crap.
You like that? Do you want to give me a ride?
What's weird is that they each say different things. Like the first one basically translates to good road, right? And then the next one, it's a bit more explicit, have a safe journey. And then the next one says good fart. Shit, I gotta stop playing baseball. And we need to name her. What are we gonna name her? What's your name? Whitey? No, that's just a nickname. What's your actual name? We'll figure that out. Let me talk to you for a second. People who don't pick up hitchhikers aren't going to pick you up. Okay? People who pick up hitchhikers are people maybe who did hitchhiking in the past and therefore know that normal, healthy people can do hitchhiking. Healthy. Or people who pick up hitchhikers are people who first picked up maybe even a more harmless looking hitchhiker and then sort of graduated up. So stop feeling some type of way every time somebody doesn't pick you up. You have a serious problem, dude. You have got to stop. And I know just telling you to stop isn't gonna do it, but what good is it? What good has it done you? Where has it gotten you? You know? It's not honest, it's not real, it's not true. There are so many variables in any given decision. Think about it this way. When you refuse to give to someone who's homeless, is it because you hate them? Is it because they're stupid? Is it because blah, 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 blah? No. No, sometimes you just don't want to be bothered. Sometimes you're just greedy with your money. Sometimes it is because you don't think that it'll go to good use. And according to your definition of good use, sure. But that's you, bro. That's in your head. So now flip it back. That's in their head, bro. There's absolutely no need to be thinking that just because someone doesn't pick you up, it says zero things about you. I mean, of course it could, but there's no reason to assume that it does. Okay? Good? All right. Good job. And that, by the way, oh, this is so cool. I see a reflection of me that's bigger than the actual image. Let's see whether you can catch it. No, not really. Not at all. Anyway, so that police car cruising on by distracted me. Oh yeah, this is all about skepticism of the self, of the other. What's she doing? All right. How about Belle? Because I got you out of the poubelle. You are beautiful, and you. Can you hear that? You ring like a bell. So I'm playing baseball with these snail shells. Oh, come on. I mean, you get the idea of it. Now it's just like, whatever. And I keep missing, and that's hard on me. Ugh. Maybe just that one was tricky. Did you ever think about that? Oh. 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 What? Fuck. Don't let these people see you acting crazy. Oh. Here we go. You hear that clink?
Bow!
You know, there is something true about loving something just the way that it is, or someone. Like how I feel about Belle. I don't want to make her better. Well, I have had thoughts about adding a handle, like a better handle than just this. But that said, there is something just like beautiful about you're driving all alone. Why? Oh, whatever. There is something beautiful about Belle just the way that she is. That's all I'm trying to say, man. There's something I wouldn't want to make her better because she'd be something other than what I love, and that's just the way that she is. Save whatever abuse I might inflict. There are things that you can do to make them more likely to stop. That doesn't mean that their decision not to stop was about you. That means that doing those other things helped overcome whatever issues they have. You feel me, bro? But I mean that. And I think that's really useful to you, Eris. To know that, yeah, God, that must be so fucking easy for other people, though. To just be like, oh, they don't like me? Well, they have issues of their own. I mean, I guess not everybody's really good at that, but I don't know. Can I ask you something? You. Why did I think I was so awesome? No, fuck, see, it's in your language. All right, I'm going to finish that sentence so I can make that point, and then we'll go back to that. Why did I think I was so awesome that I could say no as soon as I arrived? Like, literally, that's where I was dropped off, okay? And then I walked over there. And just behind those trees, I was walking up that area there, and a truck is coming by, and I just throw my thumb up, and he's like, hey, where are you going? And he's like, oh, well, I'm stopping at blank, so, but yeah, if you want to do that. And I was like, oh, no, just wait, whatever. And now nobody. But, no, dude. It's not about you. It's about why'd you think you'd be so lucky? Or why'd you think there'd be so many nice people? Why are you making it about you? No, seriously. Why do you think it's about you? It's not. It's absolutely not, dude. Okay? It's not your... Yeah. That's what we have to understand. Oh, I thought he needed help. I was going to go over and help. All right, let's see whether we can go fill up our water bottle. And, we'll just see what it's like over there at the actual rest stop. I don't know how much help I was, but at least I was there for moral support, and he got out of that ditch. How long has that been? Because unfortunately I can't go with him. His answer, he explained why, I guess. It was in Lithuanian though. And I guess he thought that the more detailed the explanation, the better I would understand. So let's go wash our hands and then back to work. I don't know, I didn't like it over there. What does no, I can unload me tomorrow mean? I mean, it was the second time I asked, so I just took that as a no. But what if he was saying I can only... I don't know what he was saying. I don't know what he was saying, but I don't want to ask again, I admit it. God, my mom would. Fuck me. Anyway, so we're back here. Water's filled up, and Luis said, "Don't worry, you're definitely gonna get picked up." So I'm not worried. You know what? I think I get it. They can unload me tomorrow. I can get unloaded tomorrow. Maybe that's what that meant. Because that's why he pulled into that lot that he got stuck in the first place. It wasn't because he was trying to pull in here, but he went to make his deliveries, and then they said, no, we can't take this stuff now. And then tomorrow he'll get unloaded, which means that if I was still getting picked up, maybe I could make my way towards Russia tomorrow. It's not Geneva though, and I would like it to be Geneva, so I don't know. Believe, I guess? I don't know. Luis just suggested that I go talk to people, but he suggested that I put on an American accent, which is obviously very flattering. So I'm gonna go talk to people now, I guess, and do that. All right, so here I am, sitting at the Bonjour. Est-ce que vous allez à Lyon? No? Okay. Bonjour. Est-ce que vous allez à Lyon? Non. Ok. Bonjour. Est-ce que vous allez à Lyon? Non. Bonjour. Est-ce que vous allez à Lyon?
Non.
Non. Ah! Hey, écoutez!
Valobé.
Ok. Mais est-ce que vous allez passer par...
Non, c'est
Non.
juste à Auxerre, avec Dijon, Valobé.
Est-ce que je peux venir avec vous?
Oui, ouais, jusqu'à où?
Dijon?
Ok, si vous voulez. Je reste ici peut-être 10 minutes.
Ça marche.
Je vais prendre salut.
Eris.
Steve.
Steve?
Enchanté.
Where are you from?
UK.
Oh, okay. Chicago.
Oh, okay.
All right, good. I just realized you actually saw all that. But, so Steve, British guy, he's going to Switzerland. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so great. We're both talking to each other in French with these thick accents. Doing having a limited amount of French. And because of course I was trying to, because I kept wanting to slip into words that I didn't know before, like I lived here, so I had to avoid. But more and more it was clear he had an accent. For a little bit I thought it was some kind of a Swiss French accent where he doesn't speak much French, where he mostly speaks German maybe. But yeah, oh man. Work for it. You have to work for it. You can't just... You have to work for it. Why would you just stand there when you're able to talk to people? What are you afraid of, dude? Why would you do that? Let that be him behind me, leaving through another exit. No, it's not. But yeah, why would you... You can talk to people. Why would you go stand there by the exit and just put your thumb up? Anyway, so maybe he'll drop me off in Dijon. Or maybe I'll just go to Switzerland. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Very exciting. All right, so this is our first long distance ride. So this is pretty exciting. I already told you about the British guy. His name's Steve, and oh right. So we're talking. I'm telling him about how there's a meditation center in Geneva that I'm interested in going to, but he doesn't go through Geneva, and he tells me that he says, interestingly enough, there's a monastery about 5 kilometers from you, right?
Yeah.
About 5 kilometers from him, a Tibetan Buddhist monastery. So how about that? And then I looked at the network of Buddhist centers, and there's one in Geneva. There's also one in Lausanne, which is right nearby. So this is very exciting. Steve and I were discussing a bunch of things, critical thinking and then also democracy. He asked me what would be an indication that my critical thinking plan has been successful. I referred to Daniel Kahneman's goal that the conversations around the water cooler at work change, incorporating more of this information about biases and heuristics and prejudices, etc. Then for me, my goal would be that it would be reflected in the writing in Hollywood, that these values would be embodied by our protagonists. And then how do we get people to that point where they're skeptical of themselves, where they value empiricism and reason and imagination? And the balance of those ideas. And I said that I would just focus on kids. And he asked, well, what would you do if you found out that people are not capable of being skeptical of themselves? That they have only one mode, which is to follow their unconscious instincts and thinking. And then I said, well, then democracy is not feasible. I mean, right now it sucks because anybody can vote, and it is people who are not voting or thinking intelligently about the issues. But what can we do? We don't have any way of choosing people. Now, if we found out that actually most people are not capable of being intelligent voters and interpreters of the election options, then through schooling there would need to be a group selected, which would resemble a lot of the dystopian societies that are ambassaded, ridiculed in movies and so on. And in Switzerland is more of a policy voting system where you vote for, as he said, actions, rather than a person that you then trust is going to do those actions, regardless of who the person is. Yes, we want this to happen to the transportation system or to the healthcare system, or yes, we want this to happen, no, we don't want this to happen, etc. Do you want to add anything?
Very good summary.
Okay, excellent.
Is more safe.
Yeah,
But then again, is safe what you want? Is less risky what you want?
Right.
But then the decision by not doing it is you then say, okay, it's going to be more risky to not have it. But maybe the path you're taking, the only way you'll achieve it is if you take that more high risk path. You know, so these are the challenges. So I think no one ever really made it by following the other sort of 6 billion before them.
Right.
You just, on an average, you just become a statistic, you're an average.
Right.
But then again, for every one person that succeeds, there's probably multitudes.
Oh, yeah.
That succeed.
So that's so interesting, right? How many people wanted to be LeBron that weren't able to, right? Athletes and musicians, if they didn't believe that they could do it, if they didn't see those few examples that had made it, of course we don't see all the other examples that didn't make it, how many great talents would have been discouraged by that? And that's where skepticism can become unhealthy. That's even where empiricism can almost become unhealthy. That's what I'm trying to figure out, because skepticism can be very limiting combined with empiricism. If you say, okay, well, here are the facts, well, the probability is that I'm not going to be a huge basketball star, so I shouldn't be doing that. I should instead, get a job in banking or something like that, get something with more stability. But then how many great talents have we missed out on? It's just a question whether you're willing to take that risk, whether you find meaning in taking that risk, that I may very well fail and end up with a desk job, but I want to play basketball, I want to sing, etc.
Driving into the moon.
Yeah.
So we should get moonlight on the lake tonight as we come over the hill.
Oh, great.
Maybe it's a sign. Your path lies this way.
That's right. Well, I'm already pretty convinced by the science of the fact that you're an Englishman who lives near a monastery in Switzerland. Because, the only reason I was interested in going to Lyon because I thought it would be easier to get from Lyon to Geneva.
Ah, okay.
I have no business in Lyon. I want mountains and I want these monasteries.
Ah.
There may be one in Lyon, but I want to get out of France anyway.
That one, I think, at least a good start. They might recommend another one, but they might be higher up and more expensive. I try and say to my son, it's the 3 Ds you need. The hardest one is dedication. Dedication is every moment of every day.
Yeah.
You've got to be driven.
Yeah.
And determined.
But you mustn't be discouraged by valid information that shows you the improbability of your success.
Yeah. And I think this is the hardest one for most people, is that dedication. Most people have got, a dream of some sort.
Yeah.
Most people would be willing to be determined enough to overcome some obstacles, but would you really be determined that if you ignore other temptations and you focus on the path? Maybe this is your third D this trip is a test of dedication.
Oh yeah, it's been about perseverance as well, because my mom, she keeps suggesting, hey look, you did kind of the camping thing, let's get you on a train to Switzerland so you can go learn meditation and quit smoking, because I hate that you're putting that in your lungs, blah blah. And there were times when I was like, wait, I could easily just go back to Paris, because I was still within public transport distance, go back to Paris, lie in my bed and watch Netflix. But no, I'm going to keep on this. And it's not something I'm very good at, the dedication thing, partly because I'm not very good at ignoring information.
Okay.
So for instance, if somebody says my idea isn't good, I'm not good at saying, no, I'm just going to continue with this idea nonetheless. And that's the whole kind of the scientist issue. But then I don't know, do I have a problem with temptation? I don't think so. It's more of getting up and doing it and feeling like it's worthwhile to get up and do it despite the failures of the past.
I mean, they say most successful entrepreneurs have failed multiple times before they finally have
Right.
success.
Exactly.
I think there's an element of truth. You've got to try, and it's unlikely you're going to be successful first time.
Right.
But you learn a bit, you adjust a bit.
That's right.
And as long as the failure wasn't too painful and sort of catastrophic, then you can try again.
You know, I've read stories about catastrophic where people were doing so well and then they went utterly bankrupt and they owed investors, millions and so on.
What does it say when I'm over there?
But no, I don't check my messages. If I don't get an alert about it, I don't find out about it. Subscribe. Subscribe for more.